Right, so how long are your ceremonies normally?
So typically I would say about half an hour, 45 minutes if they've got readings. Sometimes you've got maybe 2 readings, sometimes it can go to 3. And obviously depends how long those readings are. And how the person talks. So I always make sure there's like 15 minutes so that the venue know that there's a 15-minute add-on after what I've got to do, just to make sure that there's cover for that. But usually it's about half an hour.
I usually say to my couples it's about, if at a very basic level, if you're having nothing else in your ceremony other than getting married, having your story and just a general breeze in, and then your conclusion, it's usually about 20 minutes, 25.
Okay.
And then if you add in stuff, then it can obviously, the more you add in, the wider your ceremony goes, and the longer it gets. So it just depends on what the content is.
Well, of course it does, and things like sand blending, for example, if that includes children. You know, you might have children running about, you've got to catch them and come and get their bottle of sand and stuff. So I think giving kind of like 45-minute max to the venue means that, you know, they don't start cooking the steak pie or whatever until you know the ceremony is definitely over. So and a lot of couples do ask that question because they're worried about how long they're going to be stood, especially if someone's wearing heels. They're like, how long are we going to be there? But I don't know about you, Sam, but are your brides tending to wear trainers now?
Well, actually the last wedding I did had a wee sneaky pair of trainers on, actually, The
glittery ones. The ones with the sparkles on them are really cool.
I actually had a bride that wore green trainers.
Green?
Yeah, she's totally into green. Absolutely totally into green. But it was very Christmas-esque, so she had her trainers on. But I was going to wear trainers to my wedding. I'm a Converse girl all day long, and it was my auntie actually said to me, at no point are you going to walk down the aisle looking like a gangster, and she took me shoe shopping and made me get heels. And the minute that ceremony was done, I had my Converse
Kicked them off, put your trainers
so
on.
all my pictures I look like a Smurf because I'm like tiny
the dress is long
compared to everybody else. So I think it's just became a thing, but it's so lovely with the trainers because you can get them all detailed and personalised and do whatever you want to do with them. But
plus a lot of the dresses are long enough that you don't see them.
Absolutely.
So nobody really knows what you've got on
and
your feet.
And I think the thing is, if you're taking your dress to get its final fitting, if you take your shoes with you, it doesn't matter what feet, you know, what shoes you've got on, your dress is going to get adjusted to suit the length anyway. So.
That's right, So they always worry about how long they're going to stand.
Absolutely.
Because obviously they're nervous. It's been a big build-up, you know, they've had all of their prep in the morning and things like that, and they really just want to get to the party.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Best bit of the day, although we like the weddings. I did have a couple that were a bit concerned, just purely because she was a wee bit unsteady on her feet at times, just with, you know, medical conditions. But it was lovely to just say, do you know what, we'll put chairs out just in case you need to have that wee seat down. And you know about stuff like that, you can plan it into your ceremony.
Absolutely.
So if they do have that need to sit down during it, it doesn't look awkward or uncomfortable because you're already aware and you can plan it in. But, for the most part anyway, I usually say about half an hour, give yourself half an hour. And, you know, the other thing as well that they get quite concerned about is whether they're going to be late to the wedding. But I'm in no hurry usually to go anywhere. Always say to them, you know, just take your time. If you're using your prerogative as a bride to be late, then use it to the nth degree. Obviously, but within reason, you don't want like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour delays. But if you've got that 5, 10, 15 minutes, so realistically, if you've got a half an hour ceremony and you're accounting for maybe that little moment of lateness or whatever, I would realistically plan myself for being there about an hour, because you're still standing with the guests at that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just on that, I've had a bride who was an hour late and the poor girl could not get her legs to stop shaking. She was so nervous and she was so anxious about what was going to happen that her legs were just trembling. So it took her about an hour for her just to sort of get her head in the game and relax a little bit, and then she made her entrance. So that, you know, the guests were sat for quite a while. So how would you kind of cope with that? See if you had like guests sat there for an hour, what would you do?
I usually just blather.
Or like, see if anybody has a good singing voice, they can have a wee sing song or something.
Do something, but usually just get involved in a chat and try to make it a wee bit, have a wee joke. I'm not like Billy Connolly by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not going to sit there and just have it with pelters, but just kind of like make light of the situation and obviously just remind them that, you know, exciting things are about to come and they're just a wee bit delayed in happening. But try to just keep them a wee bit amused with some of the stuff. I always do quite a detailed pre-address for my guests, so that I've always got maybe about that 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just blather anyway, just in the build up to the bride coming in to sort of try and alleviate that side of the boredom. But when it goes a wee bit longer than that, obviously.
I know. And then you've got to factor in pee breaks as well, because if they've had a drink on arrival,
yes,
they're sat there for an hour and they've got another 30 to 45 minutes, you might want to say, right, once you've got a wee heads up about where the bride or the groom is, go and have a wee break, get a comfort break, and
absolutely,
come back as quick as you can.
It's amazing the amount of people that disappear at a wedding when you're signing the marriage schedule. And you look up, half the guests are gone, you're like, where are you? You need to come back. You need to come back. So you factor in that as well, where you're kind of time delays and pushing them out a little bit. But
So 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you can do a lot in that time as well.
100%.
I mean, usually my half an hour ceremonies, I can do 3 symbolic gestures. So let's say we'll do a unity candle at the start, and then you've got your hand fasting perhaps in the middle, and then you've still got time to do a shot for the knot, or drinking from the quaich at the end as well. And that can all be done in half an hour. A lot of the couples I speak to are like, oh, but that's too much, will that not take too much time? But no, if that's what you want, that's what's important.
Absolutely.
We'll shorten our bit to make sure that you get what you want, you know?
Definitely. And I think with the symbolic gestures, they sit so neatly into various parts of the ceremony that it doesn't look as if you're just trying to fling everything at it, because you just make everything flow really lovely.
That's right,
The one thing that has been taking a little bit longer in ceremonies, I've noticed, is I've started suggesting to couples, just for a little quirky sort of twist on the unity shot when they're getting people involved in it, is that we do it like a sort of Russian roulette. So getting the shots to be who knows what, and it's just an absolute
dealer's choice.
Guess, an absolute
love
guess.
it. So by
the time you get everybody rallied and you do your little chat about what's going on, and then they get their shots, and hopefully nobody's sick. Nobody's been sick recently, or yet. Recently, as if they have. But and the good thing is as well, because the bride and groom have decided that that's what they want to do, their shots are usually end to end, so they'll pick the ones that they want, or they might get fully involved in the roulette type situation. But that's been quite fun to do recently. I've enjoyed that one.
Brilliant. Another great thing, and another thing that's quite popular just now, is a surprise ring bearer. I had that today, and I've been asked for it more and more.
Oh, fabulous.
But today the groom picked his sister. His sister didn't know, but they knew. And I announced that that's what we were going to do, and did the sister no look. She was the only guest in the room that didn't look.
Oh, really? That's
and he was like, she knows. She knows, that's why she's not looking. And then eventually the hand went under the chair and she was like, there it is, oh, it's me.
I've never done that once, and it was last, I think like May or June or something. I had it for the first time, and then it's just not something that I've offered it to just about everybody I've spoken to.
Nobody's taken it up. No,
don't want that. Don't want that. Your wedding, your day, your
day. Well, exactly, absolutely. They have what they want.
Oh, definitely.
Have you had any wild ring bearers? Anything unusual?
Not really, no. Because I'm a mum myself, I quite like the sort of romantic, emotional side that goes with a wedding. So if we've got 2 mums in the ceremony, you know, you do the last kiss, or before
first kiss, last kiss.
But instead of doing that, I've been doing the mums do a ring warming. So fill the rings with that unconditional love.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then instead of like the best man or the ring bearer, it's the mums that give the opposite person to their own child, and give them the ring, so that when the ring goes on the finger, it's full of their mum's unconditional love.
Oh, that's lovely.
Always a tearjerker. Always a tearjerker.
Always
you need to remember the tissues, definitely.
Especially if it's a surprise for the mums as well, because they just sat there and they have no idea they're going to get called up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it is a real tearjerker, and it's a really emotional one as well, and it's a great way to try and include mums into it as well. Obviously we've got the unity candle, which is quite popular, but just putting an alternative slant on it, the unconditional love onto the ring. Love that. One of my favourites.
Just talking about mums as well, it's really nice for the mum of the bride, or if it's the grooms, or 2 brides, for them to have an entrance as well. Because usually, traditionally, it's the dad, or it's an uncle, or it's a brother, or somebody that escorts them down the aisle. So it's really nice to offer that out to the person who might be kind of sat on their own at the front.
Oh, absolutely.
So I've done that quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's good fun.
Yeah. I've had some weddings where we've had mums, gran, and the groomsmen, and they've had their little entrance walking in. One wedding that really sticks out in my mind, actually, and it was just lovely. The groom had his entrance with his best man, and then it was like the procession behind of all the important people in his family. Oh, that's and the piper was playing, and he walked down, and it was just absolutely lovely. And then, of course, we got everybody settled, had a bit of a blather, and then it was the moment for the bride to come in. So it's really lovely, the things that couples want to put into their weddings. Like, we come full of ideas and share them with them, but when they tell you that they want something special, it just makes it, definitely.